6th house in astrology. There are 12 houses, 12 parts of the year, of the map, of the day, everything can divide into 12. And the 6th house has to do with balance. And the form that goes with the 6th house is the Solomon seal. Mm-hmm. 2 triangles, yes. One on top of the other, so there are 6 points there, so it goes with the 6th house. And the element that goes with it is earth. And when I watch the 6th house, when I look at the 6th house of a human being, of a person, then it talks about the management of the daily life. Mm-hmm. And at first it can seem as a very boring subject. Yes. The management of daily life, of the routine, of our body, of our laundry, dishes, how we manage daily stuff. But I think there's a deeper meaning that lies beneath that. And I think we'll start with the question, what does the number 6 and this very interesting symbol tell you, how it resonates with you? And I can just say what I feel about it. It's an unbelievable form, geometric form. Yeah. I think also because we're Jewish, we're very connected to it. But there is something unique about this symbol that goes with the words so above as below, that holds 2 paths that the human can do together. One is to go from the very basic earth element things, but in everything to strive to the higher. And the other one is we are the only a form of life that can do the other one, or maybe even the first one, is to come from higher things and try to manifest it in our lives. And it also it resonates with something that I heard in Judaism, that it's not what you do, but the prayer that goes with it, what you mean when you do it. Yeah. So you can do the daily routine in a very, not even thinking about it, form, staying very here, or you can do it with a higher meaning. With a meaning. Yes. And strive upwards by that. How does it resonate with you? Where do you want to go from here? What is balance? Why is it important in our lives?
Okay.
How can we take the higher and put it
in the daily life?
Yes.
Maybe I start what you said. It's like a good nourishment for the start, like good appetite for the start, and trying to look at what's happening, not from the standpoint of we are now sitting on the chairs and speaking, but trying to look at it from the upper triangle, just for a good exercise, because usually we see things from this level, and then we can look up and pray. Usually when we pray, we look up, because we know that there is maybe something that can really provide us with some response, with some clarity, with some intelligence, with some, maybe there is big ears in the sky so they can listen.
Yes, the Egyptian thought there is a big eye in the sky, so we can invent a religion with a big ear in the sky.
As well with the Judaism to do with Nase, the Nishma.
Yes.
First we do, then we listen. So we need big ears in the sky, like elephant ears. But just as a good exercise is to try to look at things from an upper view. So we have a wider perception, like standing on a mountain. You can see much more of the view. And in every single direction, it's very different. So it's give a panoramic perception of what is happening.
It's amazing. How does one do that? How do we get
Go on the top of the mountain, sweating, sweating and cursing sometimes. Oh, it's really difficult. Oh, but it's better to be a little stone than going up the mountain in a big rock falling down.
Wow.
So how one does it, yeah?
Yes, how do we change the perspective? Because we do, especially when we're in the daily life,
Yeah.
where mostly I am in a very flat level of what needs to be done.
Yeah.
In the trees of the forest instead of the whole forest.
Yes.
So how does one
Well,
go upstairs?
The fact that we are not one thing. So one part can wash the dishes, hear the telephone ring, respond to the children, hear the cat that didn't eat for 2 days because you forgot to give food, but he got a mouse.
You visited to my house lately.
So one part is really dealing with the daily life, but if we don't give it oxygen, mean inspiration, it's really getting boring, heavy, the food will not taste good, the family will suffer, the house will be clean by, half job. We will be in a minimized response and not maximum response, not from elevator, not from inspiration. So if you put some drops, like in these cups, if I put some drops of different color, like of inspiration, immediately it's make all the cups drinkable, and then wow, it's fresh water. And then immediately you can feel that this water just not long ago had been in the sky, in a cloud, in a dark or grey cloud, raining. And then it went into the ground, and then it came into the pipes, yes. But it's every little drop from this represent the water that was in the sky, in the cloud, in the ground, in the stream. So it's really to search for what will make our daily life happy. And we can say, there is an expression in Hebrew, Yemei Chol, which means like the sand.
Days like the sand.
They like the sand, because there is many parts of the sand. And there is a Yemei Kodesh, which is like a Friday, Saturday, more sacred. So when we go in the sea, and we really touch the sand, and we feel it, and we see how it sparks, there is so much inspiration in this. And then you can play with the water, then you can build castles and animals and get inside it, see how it's with the wave really moving on. And it's give a different perception about life, and it makes the daily life very rich. So the house of number 6, which is to do with the daily life, can be full of inspiration and make every day not a sad day, but a sacred day. Not every moment, because this will be a really almost impossible task, but how about keeping proportion? This is a very good tool for balance, because we can complain that we have a lot of dishes to wash, but how about the fact that some people don't have dishes? They don't have water, running water to wash the dishes. They don't have a house to put all, the dishes. So then you say, wow, I feel so lucky that I have it. Therefore I will keep the water, I will not let them run. And therefore I will be happy with what I have, being happy with one lot. This is a very good tool for balance. Keep proportion. And then there is a beautiful story about it. That a woman went to the church, to the priest, and she said, "Oh priest, you know, my house is really in a mess, and my husband and my 5 children never help me. And then the car is broken, and it needs new painting, and then my husband forgot my birthday, and then on and on." And then the priest take a piece of paper and draw a dot in the middle. And he asked the woman, "What do you see?" And she said, "I see a black dot." And he said, "What else do you see?" And she said, "I see nothing." And he said, "But the black dot is painted on a big white paper. What about the fact that you have a house, you have a family, you have a husband that you love, you have a birthday, you have a car, you have all this. You just need maintenance." And put the family together. So another good clue and tool balance is a glue. The glue of love and respect and honor. And what else do we need? I mean, this really gives us the possibility to look from the upper triangle into the lower but not lesser triangle with a smile. And what about the smile? Yeah? Okay, so we get stressed of all kinds of things because we are very sensitive. And it's okay to get stressed because we are sensitive. We are not a rock or a wall. We are really made of many, many particles. So all these particles are really help us and give us an opportunity to come together into balance and harmonies. But the pressure try to push it. Maybe in a way to press the 2 triangles and make them really, really flat. And we need to fill ourselves with energies and to remind ourselves why we do what we do. Because if we forget why we have children, why we got married, why, all this, so we really can get miserable. And when we create an inner quality pressure, not pressure of low quality, but pressure with a high quality, which means care, which means the right response, which means patience, then we can push what trying to press us as our bank and the bad news in the country or in the world, and everything else. We are not in timing, and when we get into great pressure, but we think we need to keep the time. I think we need to make the time, and to make the time valuable. So this good balance will keep on. But sometimes we need to stand on one feet to feel how it feels to move.
Yes.
And then we put the other feet and then we feel, wow,
yes,
this is a great balance. And it happens every little moment as we walk in the forest or...
It reminds me of a few things. First of all, balance as the 2 triangles together, and also it's connected to Libra, although it's another story, but the things that usually we think about as balances are actually the most unbalanced things.
Yes.
They always need balancing. And the sign that goes with the 6th house, because every house has a sign either fixed, it doesn't move, cardinal, which is creating, or mutable, that enables change.
Yes.
So the 6th house enables change.
Yes.
And it's always changing. It always, you can't think that you'll get to any balanced point. And that reminds me of a story. I used to work somewhere, and there was a huge dinner party, and my job was to iron all the maps, and I really don't know how to iron. This is not what I usually used to do there, but I stood and like for hours ironed everything, and like after a few hours the whole dinner was done, and the person who gave me this job to iron everything came with the bags full of the dirty maps and said, okay,
Again,
what do you think about that? How do you think about your works day? Now it's all messy again. And I say, no, this is exactly the point.
Yes.
You do some things and you know it's the expendability. It will always there will come another wave of things.
Yes.
There will not come another chore. It's not that you one time do the dishes and it's done.
Yes.
It's not that you look for one day at your diet and keep your diet. It's something that you have to do in a very, very maintained way. And
like
realize.
love. I mean, if we say one day we love someone, it's need maintaining.
Yes.
It can't be, okay, I told you 10 years ago, I love you. Don't you remember?
Is it enough?
Okay, let me think, what was the date, what was the year? No, love need maintenance. Patience need maintenance, honor need maintenance, like our life, like every cells of the body, it needs maintaining.
Yes, yes. And also, I think maintenance is the exact word that goes with the sixth house, because it's part of a triangle of its own, of the element signs.
Yeah.
So it goes with the second house, that has to do with the property we have. Taurus.
Yes.
Get just the physical things we have, and the 10th house, which is the work we do in order to get actually more of the property.
Yes.
And it has to do with Capricorn.
Yeah.
And then the other part is the 6th house that really has to do with the maintenance of everything. And sometimes people come to me and say, how do I earn more money? How do I get more money? And they say, no, you can't just go there and get more money. But if you have your triangle, earth element, fixed, if you have it balanced, then you will attract, or it will sit right.
Yes.
And one thing is that you can go every day and say, I want more money, I want more money. But if you work on the other parts, like for example, work very hard and consistent and loyally, and the other part is to really look after and maintain the property you already have, that will create more, not only more property, but more stability, confidence, not only in the
ability to deal with more. I think that about property, first of all, it's the inner property. Of the good life, and I'm not saying only good, you know, that we are going every 2 days to abroad and to hotels. Really, like when we appreciate what we have. And then there is the property of a comfortable chair to sit and a warm bed and a good shower and all this. But really the inner property is a place of where we want to keep the balance. And many times if we come home and, you know, someone just move a little bit the couch or the dinner table, or we get into really lack of balance because we get fixed. But the house of the sixth house doesn't say to get fixed.
No.
It doesn't say. It's really say have initiative in life. Provide. See the bigger reason. Look from above. Look from below. Change, you know, like a sand clock. Change it. See what does it tell us today. What it will tell us tomorrow. And living with the now is really important because if we need now to leave the house because something happened, and we will get stuck on the furniture or on the something, we might lose our life. But we try to save the couch or the table or something. But these are properties that have short life, maybe very short life, maybe very long life, but the inner property is something that really holds now. Little diamonds, and I'm not speaking diamond of the ring, I'm speaking about like this song now that there is diamond in the sky. It's really that we human have the ability to manufacture from the coil diamonds if we give it enough process. And the House of Six really gives good flow of process.
Yes.
And it's something very, very valuable.
So the little last thing about the sixth house, that another word that goes with the sixth house is health. Because this is the place in the chart where you look at a person's health and it's so connected.
Yes.
It's when you're in balance, you have health. When you know how to maintain your life, your body, your physical and spiritual property, then you have health. So
Yes, so it's really need to listen to oneself, to try to read the rules of what does it say, like we look at the sky and we say, this connect to this connect to this. So really health is to do with listening to one life and reading a lot of new knowledge, because today people know that vegetables and fruits are really, really important, and all the food that is, industrial manufacture. Okay, it's maybe make us full, but it might maybe make us also full because we will be stupid to eat this instead of to bite an apple and to feel that it's connected to the 8 months of this apple growing every day a little bit, and the seeds. So health is not only in one level, there is many levels for health. How we think, how we feel, does we get bitter about everything? Or do we have a sense of humor, which is a great tool for house number 6?
Yes.
It can save a life.
Yes. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing conversation.